Welcome to the En-Ergy in Motion podcast, exploring what makes us move, what makes us thrive, what makes us happy, what keeps us alive. I'm Susie Rowland, a mother, writer, poet and founder of the Happy in School project. As humans, we are emotional beings, literally energy in motion, which each of us express uniquely. Our energies influence everything in our lives. Join me in conversation with an eclectic range of guests using their energies to powerful effect. Tune in for the first series of En-Ergy in Motion podcast. You'll find the En-Ergy in Motion podcast on your favourite digital download channels. I can't wait for you to tune in and relax and enjoy the sound of En-Ergy in Motion. Welcome, Christopher Mbaki, to the En-Ergy in Motion podcast. It's great to have you here and lovely to see you. The first time I saw you was when you were in A Midsummer Night's Dream by Darren Raymond and Intermission. So that was great. It's a great performance. Yeah. You did really well. So tell me how that experience was working with Darren and Intermission.
I'd have to start at the beginning.
Yeah.
So I joined Intermission in 2021, just post-COVID. And funny story, I actually didn't want to join Intermission. I wanted to join somewhere else at the time.
Okay.
But my friend Tanesio, he encouraged me, a school friend of mine, we still act together. He encouraged me to join Intermission. But I then missed the deadline. Then he went out of his way to contact Nana and Darren and say, hey, get Chris in the room for an interview. By God's grace, I done the interview and I got into Intermission in 2021. And in that first year we done Juliet and Romeo, and I played Friar and Storm. Then that was my first year there. Then my second year, which the play you came to see, A Midsummer Night's Dream, where I played Oberon.
Yes, Oberon.
Oberon, and in the other cast I played Fairy. Yeah. But that experience of MSND, it was electric. And what's funny, I was looking back at the memories the other day, I think even today, I think it was like 3 years ago we done it. And it's one of those things you don't really know how much fun you're having at the time, especially when you're training. Because now everything's so professional, things are like structured. But in that moment, I wish I could do that play again, like do it with the same people in the same moment. I learned so much. And the difficulty, I wouldn't say difficulty, it was interesting because that character Oberon, sometimes you don't realise the character is kind of similar to you because you approach it and you're just like, oh, this person, X, Y, Z. Then as you do your research, you kind of see the similarities, you see the things that he would do that you wouldn't, and vice versa, and you kind of meet in the middle. When I like kind of approach a character, I look for the human and I kind of look at the resemblance. Between me and them, it might be stretched out, it might be very similar, but it was an experience I will always cherish.
It was a great performance. I went with my husband, and you're right, the atmosphere was phenomenal. I think that was my second or third. I saw Romeo and Juliet, and I met Ricardo there, P. Lloyd. So that would have been a year or maybe 18 months before that. And then we saw MSND, which again, it's kind of that kind of slightly cool street way of describing the name of the play. But I thought you brought a real energy to it. And as your first intermission show,
so that was my second.
Oh,
one.
you did Romeo and Juliet as well.
Yeah.
Okay, your second show with them.
Juliet and Romeo. So the concept was Juliet had all of Romeo's lines and Romeo had all of Juliet's lines. So we switched the name for it to be Juliet and Romeo.
Nice. It's very Darren, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you brought a lot of energy to the character of Oberon and Fairy, and I remember just laughing and enjoying it so much, and also really marvelling at the language and how you've kept the language and the integrity of the language, but also kept the integrity of the street and kept it fresh and energetic. And I think, I'm going to see Comedy of Errors when it's on next month. Because I think the work that Intermission does is incredible, and the training and the professionalism, but there's still that kind of joy in it. And I just think, props to you. So that's when I started to follow you on Instagram.
Yeah.
So it worked.
Yeah,
it worked as a great way to kind of burst yourself out there as a performer and actor. And, as far as I can say, you did the job.
Thank you.
You did the job.
It was a fun one, to be fair. And that merge of Shakespeare and modern day language is always interesting, because when you are doing Shakespeare, you kind of have the take that essentially you have to put on this RP voice and everything. But the take at Intermission is that let Shakespeare come to you, and you kind of find that sweet spot where you're like able to.
It's so clever.
Just go in and out and just flow naturally.
It's so clever. And I mean, we talk about street talk, and I had a conversation with a previous guest about, theatre and language and how we use the language that is our language, our street talk, and we add our own melody to the words. So I think Shakespeare lends itself so well to the way we speak in our vernacular and the speed and the delivery. I think it works brilliantly. And amazing. So anything new with Intermission in the future for you, do you think?
We don't know. So I've graduated now. So this year I was commissioned to write their play for the youngers program. So they have a youngers program, 11 to 15.
Yes.
And Darren gave me the chance to write the play.
I saw that. What's it called again?
It was called If I Ruled the World.
That's it.
The concept is all the parents go missing, everyone over 18 just poof. And the kids are trying to essentially form structure in this new world set in Hackney, where I'm from. And some kids want the parents to go, some kids want parents to come back. Then you have different characters fighting for different things. We have a elder brother who's trying his best to find medication for his little sister with sickle cell. And it's just an exciting story.
So a bit of writing. What do you do many things. You have many talents. You're a writer, you're a singer, you're a footballer.
I wouldn't say I'm a singer. I can hold a note.
You're a rapper.
I can freestyle.
Okay.
If you want, I can freestyle. I think
you're being very, very modest. You're a poet.
Yeah,
spoken word. Yeah.
I've written a few poems.
I think you're being way humble. But how was the writing for you when you were commissioned to write something for other actors? How did that work for you?
It was hard. I'm going to be honest, because there was about I'll say about 25 to 30 kids, and I remember I was in the gym with Darren, and he was like, "This year I'm not writing the play." And I was like, "Ooh, he's going to write it." Then he's like, "Why don't you write it?" I said, "Relax." He's like, "No, I'm being serious. You can write it." And me being me, I was like, "Okay, let's do it."
Yeah.
Then it was a thing where I was like, "Oh, damn, I've accepted this challenge.
Yes.
What the hell am I going to write about? What am I going to write about?"
No brief.
Then it was like, what can I write about? Then I was just sitting there thinking. Then I don't know where the idea just came to me. And I was just like, what if there's no adults? Because we don't want to talk about, I don't know, adults. We can't really put adults in there. Everyone's 15 and under.
Yes.
And so it's like my mind just got creative, and it was a nice one. But the funny thing is, I hated writing in school. I was terrible. At writing. I was struggled in English. Creative writing, I hated it. I hated Shakespeare. It's a full turn. So I don't know where it turned. Where I've become somewhat a writer, not somewhat, but where I've started writing, I'm enjoying it now. I find all these stories. So it's been a very interesting journey as a writer. I'm excited for the world to see more of my...
Directing next.
Yeah.
Because it's a natural progression, really.
It is. Oh, no, I'm lying. I kind of know where the writing stuff has come from. As a kid, I've always had this wild imagination. So I might just sit there and daydream, or I would always watch TV with my siblings and we'll always just make up scenarios. So I think that imagination I've always had has definitely stayed with me and has allowed me to just flow as a writer. Yeah.
And that's the thing, it's the flow, isn't it? And being given permission, Darren gave you the permission.
Yeah,
you can do it.
Yeah.
He's already given you here's the thing, I know you can do this. There's no question, there's no doubt, there's no struggle in that.
Yeah.
It's just, Oh, you take the baton.
Yeah. And it's scary, but it's beautiful because he installed the trust in me. Because the year before, I was part of the writers program at Intermission. And that's where I started writing my play, First Traveller. That play's been on a few times. It's still in development. The story is about how my dad gets from Congo, DR Congo, Kinshasa, to London, and it's set in the 1990s. And when I started the writers program, we were doing a workshop with I forgot their name, but we were doing a workshop and we had to write a 3-minute scene with 3 characters. And then it took me back to when I was in Congo with my dad, and my sister, she asked him, Dad, how the hell did we get to England? Why did you choose England? And he just went off the line and said, well, it was actually meant to be in France, but England was cheaper. Then he went on this whole story, and my sister's like, Dad, you need to write a book. My dad, he's not going to write a book. He's a cab driver. So he's just like, hopefully someone writes it for me. But little did I know myself, I was going to start writing the story myself. But in saying that, Darren's kind of seen me put in work in my writing, and from that he's been able to install the trust in me to say, Chris, I've seen your work. You're doing well in the writing. So just try. He believed in me, so that helps me to believe in myself.
Definitely. And a lot of, actors, black actors and, actors of the diaspora say, well, we haven't got the writing for us. We can't complain about the work isn't there if the writing isn't there.
Yeah.
So you're filling that gap, and it's a really important gap for people who are just at the acting end of things.
Yeah.
If there's no writing that represents, then that's a problem. So it's wonderful to keep that funnel going, in whatever way you can. And the writing is definitely, there's a strong need. And Lenny Henry always said this, that's why he's written so many, plays himself, as well as being an actor. He saw that the big gap is the writing. So keep at it, definitely. So you do all these different things. Of late, you've started horse riding. Talk me through. You've gone from Shakespeare to being an equestrian.
Yeah.
Tell me how that came about.
Pardon me. So similar story. This was I want to say 2-3 years ago. Where was I? I auditioned for something a while ago. It's like a short film. Got the role, but then it didn't go through. So then everything just kind of went quiet. Then the producers, they got in touch with me a couple months later, and they said, we want you to be a part of this short film poetry video, but you get to be on a horse. And I was just like, okay, but I don't really like horses.
Is it necessary?
I'm like, is the horse necessary? Literally that. Then Nana and Darren, my mentors, they were like, what? Why are you not going to do it? It's going to look amazing on your CV. And I was like, cool. So we done it. And we shot this 2-3 years ago. And I see the horse, and I'm like, you guys expect me to get on this animal?
It's kind of big.
It was literally that. I was like, whoa, guys, relax.
Yeah.
And they're like, come on, Chris, we signed in for it. Just get on the horse. And in that moment, I was absolutely terrified, but I was so excited. And I came off the horse, and I was like, no, I need to do that again.
Yeah.
And it was like, how do I do it again? And I had that feeling. I was like, oh my gosh, I've never seen a black man on a horse in the UK. The only representation I've seen on a horse is black cowboys, stuff like that. That's literally it.
Yeah.
So I was like, why not change the narrative? Cool, let me try something. And when I was speaking with like the likes of Nana and Darren, they were like, imagine what that would be on your CV. You can do all these things, and now you're putting horse riding down as a skill. It's just going to elevate you. So I was like, cool. So I done my research, found horse riding centres near me. There was one kind of close to me. And to get on the waiting list took about eight months. And every day I'd call, hey. And eventually I finally got booked for a lesson. But walking into that room, to that building in the establishment was surreal, because I'm coming in to this all-white establishment, and it's like the room froze. like I walk in and everyone's just like.
So was it stables or?
It was stables.
Yes.
It was stables. But it was a thing like. It felt like the best way to describe it. It felt like a Black Mirror episode where everyone's just looking and subconsciously they're asking,
"What is he doing?
What is he doing here?" And I had that moment where I was like, I could either say, "Oh, nah," or just go for it.
Yes.
And I was like, "Cool, I'm here, Chris. You might as well commit." But that first lesson in itself, my first instructor, she was very supportive, and she always used to ask me, "When am I coming next? When am I coming next?" Then we got to that point. Then I moved up a level, so my lessons moved from Saturday to Sunday, and then I had to come in on Sunday, and I had to go through that whole experience again because no one knew me there. Because I finally got used. The people on Saturday finally got used to me.
Yes, yeah.
Then it was a thing where I have to go through this whole thing again on Sunday. Then it got to a point. My sister, my older sister, she was like, "Chris, you need to put this on the internet. You're a funny guy. This will do amazing." I was like,
"Yes,
I'm not too sure.
Yes.
I'm not really that type of
so
person."
this whole thing, that's what really got my attention, because I was following you from Midsummer Night's Dream.
Yeah.
And I follow a lot of actors and that kind of thing, but this was next level. That literally made me laugh out loud. So just talk our listeners through the meme of the roadman on getting on a horse, because it was like, scroll.
Yeah.
What the actual? Just talk us through that.
Do you know what's funny? The reason why I done that that whole skit is because I was going to a lesson dressed like how I am in the video, and I was there with my friend, and I was walking on. No, this was just before I went to meet my friend. And I was walking on the platform to get on the train. And this woman, she clutched her bag and generally just went, she was scared that I was approaching her. I was like, "You have no idea where I'm going." Like, you would even believe, if police stopped me right now and I told them where I was going, they'll probably arrest me for lying.
They wouldn't believe you.
Understand? So it was like, then the idea came to my head straight away. Let me play on the stereotype.
Yes.
Because everyone's assuming the way I'm dressed and I'm up to no good.
Yes.
So let's play on that stereotype
Definitely.
and completely flip the script and shock everyone out of their shoes. And it was that thing where I done one, I had to do another one, and another one, and it's just gotten more creative.
Yes.
And it's allowed me to show like my directing side.
And your acting side and your comedy side. So it was all scooping up into one.
Yeah.
But I think that whole aspect of using comedy to address people's prejudices is gold dust, really. Because I remember a long time ago, I think it was the Guardian newspaper who did an advert based on a similar idea, where there's a picture of a black guy running, and then on the next page is a picture of a woman running and looking, worried or terrified. So your brain thinks, "Oh, he's chasing her. He wants to steal something from her." Your brain, if your brain thinks that way, and actually the caption was, who knew that there were such nice people in society? So she dropped her bag, her purse. He picked it up and going to give it. See it there?
Yeah.
And so I love that you've done that instinctively. You've picked up that thing. The humour has more collateral. Again, Lenny Henry, he knew that. Like Deacus and all those characters he created that were kind of awkward or rude or grumpy.
Yeah.
All of those things, all of those areas that people with black and brown skin have been stereotyped in, and flipped it round and made people laugh.
Yeah.
So I think that's fantastic. So good luck with the horse riding, because it's not for the faint-hearted.
It's not. It's really not. It's really not. A lot of people ask me, how do you get involved? It's harder for me to kind of suggest places now, because they have seasons where it goes quiet, it gets really busy. And the way I've started is kind of changed. But if anyone asks, I always try my best to kind of guide them into joining, because it's crazy the amount of comments I get from people
who are interested.
They're like, "Bro," like my friends at first, when I posted a few videos, they're like, "What are you doing on the horse?" I got attacked online. It's like, "What are you doing on the horse? What's a black man doing on the horse? Get off the horse."
Yes, yeah. But where does that come from? What, again, I feel that's us putting ourselves in a box.
Yeah. I think every time someone tries to go against the grain, you're always going to get backlash. And my thing was, if it was, I don't know, horse riding, ballet, or what else?
I've seen
tap dancing.
There's a couple of Instagram feeds about black opera singers. There's also a couple on black ballroom.
Yeah.
Like Strictly, but black couple. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Which just reminds me, why not?
And that's the approach I kind of take in life. It's always been like, why not? If I'm going to try it, I'll fail and I'll just get up again. So with the horse riding, it was tough at first, telling people, yeah, horse ride. And it always be like, what? Even now when I say it, it's just like, what?
So just break that down. What is it about certain things that make us feel that we can't do it? I mean, I have an idea, but I want to hear what you think.
I think it's many things, to be fair. Is when you see something for the first time, is your instinctive reactions like, what's he doing? We don't do that. It a lot of the times I've heard we don't do that, and I've just asked why
not? Yeah.
Why can't I do it? Who's actually stopping me? And because we're so stereotyped, we're either told we can play football, I don't know, sell drugs, or go into education, or just not try other things that are quote unquote for the
us.
people. For us.
Yes.
And I've always thought, I want to do other things. Like, why don't I pick up roller skating? Or it doesn't have to be trending for me to do it. If I've always wanted to do something, I want to do it. It's like when I told, like, even me telling family and friends that I wanted to be an actor, I only done that when I was 18. It felt like a secret I had to keep in.
Yes.
Because there wasn't a lot of representation. Of course, you had the John Boyegas, the Daniel Kaluuya's coming up at the time. But even though they looked like me, it was like, they wasn't from my area, in fact. But of course, they're from South, they're from Camden, and they're like, cool, big up. But you know, when someone's like, no, them man can do it, but you got to relax. You're not part of them, man. It's like...
So you can be a grime artist. That's okay.
Or you can
stay
be
in your lane.
And
a footballer.
And I've always thought, I want to be more than that.
Yes.
I was like, I don't want to be that. I want to be who I want to be.
Exactly.
And I had no idea that I was going to incorporate horse riding. And when I did have that moment, and of course you're doing like activities, you have to put on the clothes. I remember when I got my first
jodhpurs.
Yeah, that was crazy. I went in the mirror and I said, this looks weird. I was so insecure. I was like, I went up to my sister, and I got boots as well. I got high riding boots.
Yes, yeah.
And so I put on the whole outfit for the first time, and my sister comes up to me, you look like Charles Dickens. And I'm just getting teased all over, and I'm like, nah, sis, I can't do this. She's like, you have to, like, you, like, Chris, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
You're doing something that's new. Of course, people are gonna laugh at you.
Yes.
So do it.
Yeah.
And although I'm a very confident person, and if I set my goal on something, I believe I can do it. Having that support around me, like family, friends, people at Intermission like Nana and Darren, although they might tease me, they have the best intentions for me.
Absolutely.
So essentially that allows me to have the confidence to believe I can do anything.
Yes.
So when I'm getting on a horse dressed in breeches,
like a gentleman.
Yeah.
Yes.
At first it was a big shock.
Yeah.
It was a big shock, and sometimes I got imposters when I was doing horse riding. I was like, sometimes I'll finish the lesson, I'm like, what am I doing?
Yes.
And that's been a challenge sometimes.
Yeah. But that's kind of your head, you know, your head and your heart saying, this doesn't feel familiar, but it's only because it's not familiar.
Yeah.
And actually, when it feels familiar, then it will feel fine. It will feel normal. But it's just it's a mental process, and it's good that you're going. I mean, it's that classic thing. I'm taking myself out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
And it feels weird here, but you know what? That's why it's a comfort zone.
Yeah.
That's where the learning happens.
Yeah,
it's amazing. I think and it's certainly got my attention. Because I'd forgotten I was following you, and then look, here we are. So there you go. You can tell Nana and Darren it worked.
Yeah.
See?
Shout them out.
So you were nominated for the Best Male Lead for your performance in Before I Go, a one-man show at the Brixton House. So congratulations for your nomination.
Thank you.
So on that, you just mentioned your family and sort of how they felt about your acting. I was going to ask you what or who attracted you to the creative industries as a career.
Oh,
You must have felt some kind of
there was something,
some pull at some point.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I remember coming home after school. Me and my siblings will sit down and we'll watch shows like My Wife and Kids, Fresh Prince, Everybody Hates Chris, ironically, and we would just sit there for hours and just watch and laugh, make jokes with each other. And I was like, it got to a point I was like, I want to do that. I was like, I genuinely want to do that. I want to tell stories. I used to watch Everybody Hates Chris and think, I'm this character. I'm essentially Chris, but I'm not the oldest because we have the same name and everything.
Yeah.
And then I would see characters in my siblings, and I was like, I would love to do this.
Yes.
And I used to watch CBBC and see shows. I remember seeing Bailey from Tracy Beaker, and I was like, oh, I wish that was me. Oh, I wish that was me. I wish that was me.
Yeah.
And it was just stuff like that. I was like, why can't this be me? Then I remember there was this one time I was in the back of a class, assembly hall in, I think, year 5 or year 4. And one of my friends, I think I made a joke or something. And one of my friends was so young. He was like, oh, Chris, if you don't become an actor, I don't see you doing anything else. And we were so young. I was like, why would you?
Where did that come from?
Yeah, I was like, why would you say that? And I wasn't shocked. I was shocked, but I was like, what?
Man saw something before you.
Before
you saw it.
I was like, okay. But it's something that stuck with me and I remember till now. And
that's
every time I
amazing.
see him, I kind of mention it.
Oh, you still see him?
Yeah, I still see him.
Nice.
He's my accountant. Shout him out.
Wow.
So it's good to keep your friends.
Definitely.
So yeah, it was that. There's little things like that that's kind of always kept me wanting to pursue the arts.
I watched the video with Cynthia Avero on BBC Greg James show on YouTube, and it was just like, oh, so emotional. But she went back to her old school, and they were all singing. I think it was Changed for Good, and she went in. She's a student there 20 years ago, and she heard them sing, and they were all rehearsing, thinking that Greg James was that was a surprise, but actually it was Greg James bringing in their old famous student, and they all completely lost it. Tears and so much, just all the emotion came out. And one girl was saying, this is why I chose drama and singing. They were in a choir lesson, because I think all the best things happen if you do creative subjects. I think they were year 5. I can't remember what year they were, but they were like going into like pre-GCSE year. So that probably, what year is that? 5, 6?
No. Oh, that's like year 10, year 11, 9, 10, year 11.
Might have been year 10. But she said she'd deliberately chosen that path because exciting things happen, and there she is, on television. BBC film crew, her old an old student coming in, Cynthia, and then another girl said, I have a question for you, and first of all, I want to hear you sing. And then Cynthia was saying, I know you're Nigerian, because the way you said it, but secondly, I want to know whether I should, pursue my dream to be working on the stage. And she said, do you like singing? Do you like acting? Girl says, yes. She goes, you must do it. But she had some hesitation because of her family, because her family were obviously Nigerian. And I just thought, is that still, that whole meme, you have to be a doctor, no child of mine is going to be on this stage. And it's that whole weirdness about choosing something that's not safe or that's not acceptable or that's seen as somehow lesser as a career. I mean, you said you were about 18 when you decided that was your path. So how did your family, I mean, you said your family came from the Congo.
The Democratic Republic of Congo.
Democratic with DRC. So talk me through how that worked when you made that, you had that conversation, or that was clear that was the path you were going in.
How do I start? So I remember my first show at Intermission. No. I done a play in primary school, and it was the Nativity, and I played one of the wise men. There was like 6 of us, but there's only 3 wise men, and I think I had one line in the whole play.
Sorry.
And I told my family about it. I told my older sister and my parents, guys, please come and watch me. Please come and watch me. And throughout the whole play, I was waiting. Every chance I could, I would look at the door to wait for my parents to come in and then X, Y, Z. And I'll prepare for my one line. I'm like, cool, they're coming. Let me give this line. They never showed up. I got home and I was like, they show up now, so it's not there.
Okay. Trauma.
They show up in numbers, so it's great.
Good.
But I got home and I was like, hey, where was you guys? They're like, oh, was that today? Oh, it's Y, Z. And I was just like, it was that thing for them where they didn't regard the arts as something that you could pursue and do. So when 18, 19, I told my parents, hey, this is what I want to do. My mum was like, you dropped out of uni to do what? So I was in uni before, dropped out. And I said...
So clearly you weren't doing drama or the arts or theatre at uni.
I went to university to study real estate. I dropped out after...
How many weeks?
3 months.
Okay.
But after day 2, I told all my friends I'm not going to finish. I don't know why. I just turned to them. I said, I'm not going to graduate. So I dropped out of uni. My mum's like, what are you going to do with your life? I said, I'm going to act. I want to be an actor. She said, pardon? I said, Mum, I want to be an actor. She's like... But how are you gonna? Because from Hackney to Hollywood seems like light years away, and they haven't seen it done before. So it's like, if I haven't seen it, how are you gonna do it? So
you hadn't really by that stage done anything that made them think there was any career there to be had.
Just a GCSE drama play. Other than that, nothing. They had no idea.
So you can understand
of course,
their nervousness.
Mm-hmm. Then it was after my first play, Juliet and Romeo, I was like to my parents, see, this is what I do. And my dad was like, great, just if you're going to invest, go all out. And my mum was like, yeah, all right. Then I would fix a light or change a light bulb. And my mum's like, I mean, you could always be an electrician. You know how to change. Look, you can do this, you can do that. I was like, Mum, this is what I want to do. Then, I would fix the sink. And she was like, come on, you can do this, you can do this. Come on, just take a course.
Just pointing at all the alternatives.
Yeah, I'm like, Mum, allow me. I know what I want to do. And it would be the moments, but of course, they're just being loving parents.
Of course.
Then there was a moment, I think the moment my dad said, yeah, you got this, is when... Oh, there's been a couple moments. For my dad, it was when he came to see First Traveller at the Royal Court. I done I think like a 10-minute performance of it. And when you write a play about your parents and he's the lead and it's his story, eventually he's going to say, yeah, you got this.
Yeah, you got his attention.
Yeah, I got his attention. And the second time was when we were watching the Arsenal match. It comes on halftime and he sees me on the advert and he's like, was that? I said, yeah, that's me. He's like, oh, wow, okay. And the third time is when you slide them some money and just say, hey.
Yes, hold this.
Yeah, hold this. I'm told you, I'm not doing all of this for free.
Yes, yeah.
My mum, it was a few things. It was, of course, like the advert, the stories, and she's never seen me work so hard consistently for something. And it got to a point, she's like, I can see you're putting your all into this.
Yes.
So as a parent, she has no choice but to support me and everything. And what was it? In a recent play, the one I done at Arcola, 5460 Africa, she saw the billboard and she gets off at that station and her friends would see it and she'll be like, look, that's my son.
Yes, yeah.
And we took pictures out.
Where is this, sorry?
This was Dalston, Hackney.
Okay, yes.
So the play was at Arcola Theatre.
Oh, yes, yeah.
And there was a billboard outside Dalston, Kingsland.
Yes.
And she would take that train to go to church and she would see it and she would be like, wow. Wow.
I mean, for a parent, that's a beautiful thing. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing.
It was beautiful, that one. So
I like that.
But originally, their reaction, I understand how the girl feels, and it's just going against it and telling your parents, look, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
And eventually they have to believe in it.
Particularly if they've come from hardship and struggle.
Yeah.
And they're also trying to make a life in a new country. It feels like a very ambitious leap into the dark.
Yeah.
Even if you have got all of the things behind you, you know, there are so many stars that have to align.
Yeah.
But when they can see your work and your work ethic and some rewards already, you know, it's nice that they kind of, you're turning their heads.
Yeah.
And I think that's really, you know, important to do that. But I think props to them too.
Yeah.
It's not an easy thing to do.
It's not. I remember when my mum, my dad, he came to see one of my Shakespeare performances. I think it was Juliet and Romeo or something. And I'll go into this huge speech as Friar Lawrence. And I'd ask him about it at the end. I was like, Dad, did you kind of understand it? He's like, no, but you did well. I'm like, no, but I loved it.
Yes.
It's like,
yes,
but you were in it, so I'm happy. It's like, you was in it, so I'm happy.
Lovely.
So it's stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's that thing where they're just slowly starting to see it. And now my mum come up to me. She was like, you started this. You can't give up now. When times are hard, she's like,
yes.
don't feel bad.
Yes.
This is what you wanted.
Yes.
I'm praying for you, so you're going to get it.
Yes.
So it's just always that reminder, even when I'm feeling low,
they
give me that kind of boost and say,
little booster.
You got this.
Yeah, I think that's wonderful. It's wonderful. You know, it's really good to hear. And it won't stop parents worrying about whatever choices their children make, because that's what parents do. That's kind of like part of the job description. But, you know, I think you've handled it well, and, you know, you're showing returns. If you weren't, that would be a different story. But you've shown the commitment and you've shown the returns, and things are happening. But I think things only happen if you make them happen also.
Yeah.
So, you know, you're doing something right. Yeah. So you speak Lingala, which is a Bantu language from the Congo. How important is your African heritage to you, and as well as the language? What other aspects are important to you?
It's very important, and when you speak about Congo, it's very interesting, because for me as a Congolese person, I never refer to Congo as the Congo.
The Congo.
Yeah, it's always the Democratic. I'm from DRC or the Democratic Republic of Congo. So it's just, you kind of take on the shield of being a Congolese person.
Yes.
That comes with the good, that comes with the bad. But that being brought up here, being Congolese, growing up I was Congolese at home, then I'd leave to be British in school. So it was funny because when I remember being in like, I don't know, year 2, year 3, and I'd ask the teacher when you're changing, like, miss, I can't find my singlet, which is vest. And it would be like certain words I'm learning in Lingala that it's not the same in English. And I'll be confused when I would say something out loud and no one understands me. I'm like, guys, what's not clicking here? Like, you guys are the problem.
Yeah.
And it's just like kind of merging both worlds, understanding that I'm as much Congolese as I am British. My father's son, and I pick up the mannerisms, even though, and the funny thing is, I catch myself becoming more Congolese as I grow older. I remember, like, in the Congolese community, you have these sapeurs, and they love the extravagant dressing, the fancy suits, la sapologie.
Yes.
And as a kid, I used to think, what do you guys do?
Yes.
But naturally, as I get older, I dibble and dabble into.
I would love to talk to someone who is a sapper, because that is something that's fascinated me.
You just need to come to a Congolese wedding.
Honestly.
They're everywhere. Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
It's just such a cool thing and so unique. And is it only unique to the DRC?
No, so it happens in both Congos. So the Congo Brazzaville, they have their own community of sapeurs. In Congo, DRC, Kinshasa, they have their own sapeurs.
I see.
But of course,
So is that part of the sort of the colonial heritage? You know, because a lot of the styles are kind of a mashup, like a creative fashion mashup of African indigenous textures and colours with dashes of Paris and dashes of this and dashes of British. It looks like a kind of weird combination of things. So where did it originate from?
I'm not exactly sure where it originates from. Of course, I think it was like the story of Sapeur. I might be butchering this. Is like, of course, we know the history and everything. So a way of getting back was they would express themselves in style, and they have the suits, they have the colours, and their dress sense will be a part of a rebellion.
Yeah.
And that's kind of infused with the culture now. And
yes.
to be a sapé, you have to be proud, you have to be sharp, you have to be, like my mum will say, you have to be pop.
Yes.
And it's all about that self-confidence and belief. And it's similar to what I'm doing.
Is it to do with wealth as well?
Not necessarily wealth. It could be something where the sapé doesn't even have to be the richest man. They could be an ordinary man, but they would always prioritize looking good.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So it sends out a message to the world.
Yeah.
This is me. I'm here.
Yeah, it's like what J-Ha says in a song. They can break my flesh, but they can't touch my spirit. And it's just carrying that spirit of the sapé and being strong and showing it in their dress.
It is remarkable. When I came up against that phenomenon, I was like, because I love fashion as well. Yeah. I was like, what on earth is this? You know, it's very, very fantastic.
Funny enough, we were speaking about this in my most recent play, the 5460 Africa. I had to play a sapeur, and I had to come out in this red hat, blazer with the cane and the sharp shoes. We actually had the pointy shoes. We were doing it in dress.
Yes.
Then when we went downstairs to the theatre, I put on the shoes. I done all the moves.
Yeah.
Then I hit one like Michael Jackson move, and the shoes dug a hole in the floor. So the director, Uncle Femi, he was like, they got to go. And I was devastated. I fought for the shoes. It was like, we just can't do it.
The shoes have their own postcode. Like, look, if the shoes aren't in, I'm not in.
I was close. But I signed the contract. So I was like, it is what it is.
So, I mean, in terms of, you know, it's that whole dualistic culture thing. I mean, I don't perceive any issues that you've said to me in terms of the blending of being a British black African. Is it all working for you?
Pardon me. It has its moments.
I mean, I'll tell you why I ask, because my heritage is Caribbean and I was born in this country.
Yeah.
So, and I only went to Jamaica for the first time in 2019.
Oh, wow.
Because airfare's expensive.
Yeah.
So, and then no family there that I know of.
Okay.
So, you know, very, very split. You know, a lot of my family have gone to Canada and to the UK and to the States.
Yeah.
So no heritage. I mean, and we know also that there's issues around families have been split up. You know, we say, well, this person left that person back in Jamaica and he's got a family there and a family here, and you know, so I didn't have that kind of sense of this is my home, although it is my ancestral home. So everything I know about the colour of my skin and what people see of me, and people even up until 2 days ago still say, where are you from? I live just up the road there, just behind Tesco. And no, where do you really come from? And it's the weird thing because there isn't that direct connection with any place in Jamaica, that direct language. You know, our language was obliterated.
Yeah.
So I feel with my perception is that people who are of African descent, who can trace it back quite quickly, have a much stronger sense of self and identity in Britain than some Caribbeans do. Caribbeans like me who were born here, whose parents came here in the 50s. Yeah. They were long born here, don't know anything else. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. I think with my parents being first generation, of course, I have that ability where when I do go back to Congo with them, my dad can show me, I grew up here, I went to school here, your grandma lived here. Like when we went back to Congo in 2018, we went to the family house and everything. So there, I do have that connection and everything. And my dad, he will be like, my parents have always told me, this isn't your country. Like, you're going to grow up here, you're going to work here, but you're Congolese first. And that's how I've always grown up. I've always been told, you're Congolese first. But when I did go back to Congo for the first time, it was like, I got there and I'm being called British or Wanapoto. So it is that conflict where here I don't feel completely British because I step out the door, everyone's like, who are you, where are you from?
You go into horse riding, everyone's like looking at you like...
Do you understand? I'm like,
yeah.
You let this guy on the horse.
You're in the wrong place, mate.
Then I go back home and everyone... I remember I was out with my dad and I didn't say a word. And these two people come up to me. It was like, oh, European boy, X, Y, Z. And I was like, Dad, I haven't even said anything. He's like, they can just tell.
They can just tell.
And it's that thing where when I'm back in Congo, I'm Congolese, but I'm an outsider. When I'm here in England...
Same.
Is the same thing.
It's a very unique experience, isn't it?
It is.
It is, because I have the same thing as like, even when I've got a suntan in Jamaica, I still don't look like the other Jamaican women.
Yeah.
There's something that we don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
We don't even know what it is now, but there's something different about us now.
Yeah.
Plant us in any country, we look we are noticeably different, and we are here too. So it's like we're aliens everywhere.
It is, but I feel like there's a beauty in that, because all of that and all these, like, living in London allows you to code switch, and not even code switch, it allows you to adapt to so many different cultures. Like in my block where I live, there's Jamaicans, there's Nigerians, there's all of that. So there is that beautiful merge of being a Londoner. So that's why I do take pride in saying, yeah, I've grown up here, but I'm Congolese. Is that mashup of these two worlds and two personalities somewhat. Like, of course, I have the Congolese culture where some things will work in Congo, but it wouldn't really make sense here. And for me, it's like taking the best of both worlds and saying what works for me, what works for Christopher will allow, I don't know, when I'm in Congo, it's like some things work, some things don't. When I'm here, some customs work, some don't. It's just finding the middle ground.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, this makes sense for me. And just navigating is hard, though.
It is hard, and I think it has a profound effect on your personality. I think you then become like a citizen outside of a country.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when I've been to Paris and they assume I'm North African or Moroccan or Parisian even, because they don't know exactly. So the people make an assumption. They look at you and depending on which country you're in, they make an assumption about you. It's quite interesting.
Yeah.
But that goes back to you being in the wrong place at the wrong time, doesn't it? Like in the gymnasium with the horse riding, you shouldn't be here. So I think as creatives and artists, you can always turn that to your advantage. Yeah. I think, but sometimes it is kind of exhausting. Yeah. Who are your role models and heroes of whatever culture?
Role models, heroes. I have different role models for different reasons. So, first person that comes into my head is the likes of Michael Jordan. Oh. Because of everything he's done. Of course, you have the Denzel Washingtons, you have... I would say more of the role models that I've seen is the actors and creatives that are just before me. Right. So, of course, you have the generations ahead of me, like En-Ergy, Idris Elba, and many others who have done amazing things. But it's those that are just a few years ahead of me and seeing what they've done. So, as I've grown up, it's kind of changed. And it does change every single time, depending on what period of my life I'm in. And sometimes it gets to a point I'm like, cool, my role model is me in the future. And it just allows me to keep chasing. I'm like, cool, let me get better, let me get better, let me get better. I'm seeing a lot of people get better. So sometimes it's hard for me to pin down a certain role model. So it's just like, there is people that I aspire to be like, and I just keep pushing.
That was my last question. Was like, where do you see yourself in 10 years' time?
10 years, by the grace of God.
Yes.
Working around the world, award-winning writer, director, actor, of course. There's so many stories that I want to tell, and there's so many roles that I want to see myself in.
Some of which you will create for yourself.
That I want to see myself working more in Congo, of course, in Africa, America, and all the places. But in 10 years, mainly, I still want to be here. I think that's the main thing. Longevity.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Amen to that. Before we finish, I've got a quick fire round for you. Actually, It's just a little fun thing.
Yeah.
I know you're good at different accents,
Are
and
you?
there's one accent I'd like you to try.
Okay.
And I've written out your line for you.
Oh.
So I'd like you to try saying this. I'm going to pass you this in a Brummy accent.
Brum.
Here you go.
Oh, 1, 2, 1. All right.
You can read it through. Had to take a breath. And on the count of 3. 3, 2, 1. Action.
Hey mate, I'd like a fish large cod with chips and mushy peas, please. No vinegar. I hope. Oh, 1, 2, 1.
It's a good try.
Yeah.
It's a good try.
My Brum friends are gonna kill me for that one. Chris, what are you doing, man? We've had conversations. I'm like, guys, please, I'm under pressure.
I know. No, I love it.
There
I
you
love
go.
it. Little secret: I was born and brought up in the West Midlands, so
really?
I can do Brum.
Yeah,
I can do.
Let's say
Brum.
you do it.
So come here.
No pressure.
I would like fish, please. Large cod with chips and mushy peas. No vinegar.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that.
I kind of lost it a bit at the beginning because I've been in London since I was 18.
Yeah.
So, but if I need to wheel it out, if I'm there, I'm there.
Yeah.
You know what it's like when you're in the environment. I love accents. Whichever country I go to, I just absorb the accent. And
I'm an accent
mimicking it. I love accents. And Liverpudlian and Jamaican and accents are great.
I got a great Jamaican accent. I'm not gonna do it.
It's hard though. It's hard, but
I grew up around a lot of Jamaican, so
you see, I think I can do. See, when I was parking my car, I had the attendant said to me, "You can't park there." You know, and I just and for me now, when I want to get into my Nigerian, I just hear him say, "You can't park there."
Oh, you don't really sound Nigerian.
It doesn't sound Nigerian.
No.
In my head, it does. Yeah. Okay. We'll leave it there then. Shall we? No competition. Oh God, it's been so much fun talking to you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for answering all the questions and just being a brilliant guest.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you. And listen, next time you want to go horse riding, you know, just hit me up.
Yeah.
Because it's been about 25 years.
Oh really? Wow.
Yes. Wow. But I did like it. I did enjoy it. So keep it up.
Yeah. What's so crazy about the horse riding? And for those of you who want to see it, I'm on TikTok at the Hackney Equestrian. I've essentially changed the language. So because a lot of people that view me have never been on a horse. The only horses they've seen are police horses. Yeah. So when I am talking about trot, canter, gallop, all of that, I've kind of rejigged the language. I've made it my own. So instead of walk, I would say gear 1. Instead of trot, I would say gear 2. Instead of canter, I'll be like gear 3. So it allows the audience. Of course, I'll always bring up the normal time.
I was going to say, and the horse is looking at you like...
Yeah. So I'll always mesh up the two worlds. It's like Shakespeare and everything.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll take gear 1, gear 2, gear 3.
So do you have the same horse each time you go?
So there was a period where I was at one centre, my first centre, which I'm no longer there. They would change the horse every single time. So every riding school, there's like a range of horses. So I'm always changing horses, but as of currently now, I'm training in West London and I have the same horse called Marcel. He's 15 hands and he's great. So he was an ex-jump horse, show horse, so he has that energy. So when I done my first jump, I think like 2 months ago, and I was hesitant. He was eager to go, so that gave me that confidence. I was like, yeah, I'll be all right.
You're jumping as well. Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a show jumper soon. An additional side mission. So in a couple of years, I might just
rosettes and all that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe a BAFTA winning film.
Yeah.
Show jumping. Let me not say too much.
How exciting! But you know what? If you can see it, you can be it.
Amen. 100%.
Wow. Thank you.
It's fun.
Thank you.